Welcome to another episode of The Drop, the weekly show that lets you know the hottest games coming out across PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And this week, quite frankly, nothing big is coming out. However, these weeks are the perfect opportunity to dig into a backlog. If you have Xbox, you can explore Game Pass if you do have a subscription. And on top of that, there are always plenty of new experiences that are being given out here and there. The big one that comes to mind for me right now is the Outriders demo, the new shooter from People Can Fly. It's out for free across consoles and PC, so you might want to dive into that. But if you just need to buy something this week and you're looking for a new game to play, we still have a couple of games that are worth mentioning. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Take a trip around the world in the latest entry in the long-running Harvest Moon series. You'll ride camels across the deserts of Pastilla, venture deep into the snowy mountains of Salmiakki, and even visit a volcano near the cozy mountain town of Lebkuchen. Can you imagine a world without cabbage, tomatoes, or even carrots? What? Who could imagine a world without cabbage, tomatoes, or even carrots? Believe it or not, that's the world you'll find yourself in at the beginning of Harvest Moon 1 world, as the harvest goddess, the queen of crops herself, has vanished. However, before the harvest goddess disappeared from this world, she imbued the tiny harvest wisps with the knowledge of various seeds, thus ensuring the various fruits and vegetables of the world would not be lost. Using the power given to these wisps, you'll unlock various seeds as you progress through the game. But the harvest wisps can be tricky to find as they all appear at different times and places. You'll need to use your noggin to make sure you seek out as many of them as you can. This game looks horrible. I'm not even going to pull any punches with it. I wouldn't recommend picking this one up at all. In fact, it's one of the emptiest looking games that I've seen since roughly the beginning of the DS lifecycle back in the early 2000s. So that's my thought on this one, but for some reason, if you are just a die-hard Harvest Moon fan, then you can pick up One World that launches this week on the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. Next up, Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 comes to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 features more fan-favorite trucks and brand new Monster Jam worlds. Brand new online multiplayer modes, 38 trucks to choose from, and 5 new outdoor worlds. Drivers train at Camp Crushmore, I like that, and compete in authentic stadiums to become the ultimate champion. More trucks. Truck roster features 38 of the greatest trucks in Monster Jam history, including Higher Education, Sparkle Smash, and Gravedigger. I did that. New worlds, 5 all-new Monster Jam worlds that expand the Monster Jam universe, explore and uncover Monster Jam secrets. Competition, compete just like the pros in 12 authentic stadiums and game modes inspired by real-world shows. Perform your favorite stunts, bicycles, stoppies, moonwalks, walk-its, cyclones, pogos, power-outs, and backflips. Improved gameplay, enjoy a range of improvements in physics, career, and exploration. So all things considered, solid-looking Monster Jam game, it is very much so an arcade racer. This is not going to be an ultra-realistic demolition derby simulator like you have seen with games like Wreckfest, which is one that I've been playing recently. But it looks like a fun time. I have seen fans complaining that the destruction physics aren't necessarily the most realistic, and that is certainly something to consider. But if you're looking for a fun, lighthearted arcade-style Monster Jam game, then by all means this one is going to be right up your alley. And if you want to check it out, Monster Jam Steel Titans 2 comes out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC later this week. Before we wrap up today's show, I do have some honorable mentions. First off, Sea of Solitude Director's Cut comes to the Nintendo Switch, 2 Point Hospital Jumbo Edition comes to PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and Postal Redux comes to PlayStation 4. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. As I said, very light week this week, so it's the perfect opportunity to check out some games you might have missed in 2020, or maybe even further back. Let me know in the comment section down below what you are playing right now. Personally, for me, still driving through Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm going to be digging into Dirt 5 later on today. Looking forward to checking that one out. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.